Ha ha! Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Listen, I'm on my way to the gym. Got to get a little bit of a workout in. I wanted to do a drive time video. Such a beautiful day out here in Tejas, in Texas. Wanted to do a video. Listen, Flare Network is doing its thing, family. I mean, I hope you're paying attention. I hope you're paying attention to Flare Networks, man. We say all the time on the channel, someone should be copying Flare Networks playbook, because they have not without hiccups, but they have been doing their thing. They really, really have. And this price movement, I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. But this price movement, without any significant stuff yet to arrive, like F-Assets not here, Layer Cake, is fascinating to me to see this movement. It really, really is. Very, very fascinating. It is really, they say the blockchain for data. So I don't know what lane it's really in. Or who's might be in their lane. I don't know if Chainlink is. I mean, Flare, the oracles and, data provisioning and pricing. I don't know. But I do know that they got another raving review from a big-time crypto person, big-time OG crypto person. Guys, I don't know if you guys remember, but back in the day, not too long ago, I want to say, Charlie Shrem. Remember Charlie Shrem, the old Bitcoin OG? He did that interview, and he interviewed Hugo Filion. You remember that? And remember how amazed Charlie Shrem was when Hugo was explaining the technology to him. I'll never forget how I'll use the word awestruck that Charlie was when hearing about Flare Network and what they were building. I'll never forget that. It was really interesting, because Charlie knows. He was the OG back in the day. He knows about the technology, and the good and the bad and the ugly, and he was really taken aback. I thought awestruck, I think it's just a good word, about Flare Network and the technology around it. And another review came in, interestingly enough. Look, some guy did a video. I don't know who this dude was on YouTube, but he was singing the praises of Flare Network, right? I forget the guy, but he's a popular YouTuber. But for me, hearing from Arthur Hayes, and Arthur Hayes is another smart guy, right? Somewhat of an OG, I would imagine as well. Former BitMEX guy, got himself in trouble, obviously, because of the level of quote unquote gambling, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, right? That leverage trading is dangerous stuff, but he was smart enough to build some stuff, right? Smart guy. He built BitMEX, right? He was giving rave reviews about this Flare Network as well. There's something going on there. And look, we're talking about in Flare Networks, we're talking about a next level layer 1 project at 4 cents. And if you got some today, I'm not telling you to do that, but if you got some today and you wrapped it, you become eligible for flare drops for the next how many months. It's interesting. It really, really is interesting. Now, you guys know I've been all over the Cosmos ecosystem, and right, purchasing and staking Injective, purchasing and staking Atom, purchasing and staking Celestia, purchasing and staking Osmos, right? Because of the ethos that it has. And I think maybe, now I've already purchased Flare, even though we were airdropped FLR tokens, and my FLR tokens are in the madness that is Celsius, and looks like I'm gonna have to get legal help to file a claim to get my FLR tokens from the estate. which is interesting unto itself. But I did use some dirty nasty fiat and got some FLR tokens, quite some time ago. 2 cents, 1 cent range, somewhere in there, I would think, if not less than that. But I didn't get a whole lot. I didn't get any kind of significant number at all. But it feels like a good move to do that. Less than 5 cents. It just feels, again, this is, we would never begin to tell you what to do with your money, but it just, like, immediately, remember how they changed the whole FLR distribution? It was just going to be for XRP holders, and they changed it up, and then they also added that someone could come in and today buy some FLR tokens and then begin to become eligible for the flare drops. It's just, I don't know, it feels significant. So the big news on the street is that the early investors and backers in Flare have agreed to new terms for vesting, distribution, and they're going to reinvest back the FLR tokens. They're going to, whatever they sell, they're going to reinvest, a significant amount of that profit, 50%, I believe, back into the Flare ecosystem. And it's never been done like this. What they're doing has never been done before. Why would the backers do that? That's never been done. Usually these VC backer guys or whoever are backers, they want to, when can we exit out of this thing, right? So fascinating to me that they were able to get that. I think it's groundbreaking. It's never been done. But the fact that they got these people to do it, or the people came to them and wanted to do it, I don't know. But the fact that that's being done, that the early backers are agreeing to put 50% back into the ecosystem for dApps and DeFi and TVL and the whole nine yards is fascinating to me. Now, and I get it. It's been up 13% here, and it's been up 10% there, and I get it. But isn't it still less than 5 cents? I just think a layer one, game-changing layer one for less than 5 cents, being early to that, I don't know. We're so used to, looking for, I don't know, but it just feels significant to me. And I do think it's great when you can catch projects for less than a penny. I think that's great when you can catch projects for less than a penny. I do. But a layer one, a next level layer one, you got Jupiter and Jito and Manta Network and things like this, coming out with valuations that are crazy, billions in valuations, right? 40 cents, 65 cents, 75 cents, 35 cents, right? They don't have that same technology. What Flare is offering as a layer one, and it's less than 5 cents. Just makes me think. Now, I'm planning on the BTC. I'm expecting a retrace on BTC into February, going to the end of March. Whatever that's going to look like. I'm expecting that. I don't know if that will change the FLR price. Will I get a better deal? Because it feels like FLR is just doing its, how you get those projects they're just doing their thing regardless of what BTC's got going on. You know what I mean? You come across those projects like that, this is what it's feeling like to me with Flare Networks. It really is. And it just feels, and you're going to be able to get this thing, wrap this thing, delegate, and be able to get the rewards from delegating and get the airdrops. Oh man, I'm getting some later today. It just makes sense to me. I'm getting some later today. I already used the dirty nasty fiat once or twice. Although I was expecting my FLR tokens. I mean, this is a significant amount of FLR that Celsius, in terms of value, and well, in terms of numbers, in terms of, 1 token versus 10, it's a significant amount. In terms of value, it's in the multiple Ks. It's in the multiple 4 digits in value wrapped up in this Celsius network. Like, it's crazy. I got to get those, but in the meanwhile, I can't be waiting on the Chapter 11 bankruptcy to come save the day. Can't wait on the Chapter 11 bankruptcy to come save the day. No. I got dirty, nasty fiat in the former stable sitting on the sideline right now. I don't want to be kicking myself that I didn't use that because I'm expecting this other thing that may or may not happen, because you got to go through Chapter 11 bankruptcy court and wait for the nod and approval from some freaking judge who doesn't even know about the digital asset space. So, in any case, massive news for Flare Network fam. Enough about my personal stuff. Massive news from Flare Networks about getting these investors, these early backers. It's not getting them. They just something that they wanted to do. And I think it's groundbreaking. And I just think that why? You got to ask yourself, why would these early VCs, these early backers, they're about personal gains. They ain't, they're not trying to make anyone else rich. They're not trying to grow the digital asset space. You know what I'm saying? They're not here to grow the digital asset space. I don't care how much they love the project. Right? So for them to be willing to do this and agree to this, and it's significant to me. So shout out to Hugo on the team. I mean, they made it through all this taxes madness. But what about the taxes? You're just gonna give us this stuff just because we're XRP. Remember that nonsense? You're just gonna give us this stuff just because we're XRP holders? Well, what are we gonna do about the taxes? Remember that? Holy moly. Any case, anyhow, I'm gonna hop into the gym, fam. Thanks for hanging out today. It's been a really, really cool hang. I'm glad I could do another drive time video for you guys. Holy moly. I'm going to end this video like I do all my videos. Remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this. Perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you soon, fam. See ya. Bye.